Isaac Newton was unpleasant, bitter, fought with his friends as much as with his enemies.
Celebrity astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson is facing a lot of backlash for his take on the tragedies. So after the shootings, he tweeted about how many people die from common causes every 48 hours, saying the weekend's mass shootings pale in comparison. Tyson wrote this: often our emotions respond more to spectacle than to data.
Steve would say, Kevin, I don't give a shit what the students want or the parents think or anybody thinks. It's what I want. They don't know what they want till I tell them what they want.
Go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
We all know that person who says, well, actually, before correcting everything you say. It doesn't matter if you're telling a story or making a joke. They can't help themselves. This behavior seems common among people who perceive as smart. A good example of this would be Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a good educator, but can be very annoying sometimes. This pedantic persona is so common that has become a trope for smart characters in movies and TV shows, like Sheldon Cooper in The Big Bang Theory.
No, go ahead, say it. I know what it is. I've heard it my whole life. The word's annoying. You go ahead, say it. Say it. Say, I'm annoying.
Sheldon.
No, it won't hurt my feelings. Go ahead, Amy. Say, I'm annoying. I'm annoying. I'm annoying. I'm annoying.
Now there are several discussions about how intelligent people have a dark side. Some of them are just annoying or pedantic, while others can be outright evil. History is full of brilliant minds who use their intelligence not to help, but to manipulate and destroy. But none of these discussions really address the bigger problem. Why are they like that? Why are smart people annoying and possibly evil? Ludwig van Beethoven is what you called a virtuoso pianist. He was an exceptional pianist, composer, and performer, one of history's defining musical geniuses. His Fifth Symphony is one of the best-known compositions in classical music. The intro is one of the most recognizable musical pieces in the world. But Beethoven was not a genius without flaw. He was deeply controlling, especially towards his nephew Carl van Beethoven. After his brother died, Beethoven accused Carl's mother of being unfit to raise him. He fought her in court, won custody, and severely restricted access to her own son. Carl was sent from boarding school to boarding school, shuffled between institutions. Judges at the time described him as being tossed back and forth like a ball. This psychological stress and emotional damage led Carl to attempt to take his own life at the age of 19. Even after this crisis, Beethoven did not accept responsibility. Once he believed himself to be right, he rarely reconsidered or backed down. This same trait that being right justifies controls also apparent prominently in the mathematician Isaac Newton.
I think there's something extremely arrogant and ambitious about how Newton sees himself. And he sees himself in a lineage that goes from Noah to Moses to Christ and ends in himself.
If there were a synonym for the word genius, it might well be Isaac Newton. He is often regarded as one of the greatest scientists who ever lived. But like Beethoven, Newton's certainty in being right extended beyond confidence. He believed that truth himself granted moral authority. Newton did not merely disagree with his rivals. He treated intellectual oppositions as personal betrayals. Rather than engaging openly with rivals like Robert Hooke and Leibniz, Newton frequently retaliated socially and politically. To this day, there is no verified image of Robert Hooke. Many historians have speculated that Newton, who became president of the Royal Society the year Hooke died, may have allowed Hooke's image and paper to disappear. While there is no proof that Newton destroyed Hooke's work, he had the power to preserve it and chose not to. The big problem is that Newton didn't need recognition. He was already celebrated as a genius. He had the discoveries. So why behave like this at all? Why does being smart often comes with cruelty, or at minimum, being insufferable to be around? Daniel Kutz, one of Apple's earliest employees, asked the same question when reflecting on Steve Jobs.
Steve is so hugely successful, and yet he treated so many people so badly. how much of an asshole do you have to be successful? What is the moral of the story here?
Being smart or successful doesn't make you a better person. It reveals who you really are without consequences. Steve Jobs publicly humiliated employees because that's who he was. He parked in handicap spots and didn't use license plates because that's who he was. And the thing is, to be a successful innovator, you need to be a contrarian. You need to see everyone walking in a straight line and deciding to turn left. This requires massive self-belief, believing you're right and everyone is wrong. This is valuable when you're working on new mathematical theories, creating a new painting style, or inventing a new device. The problem is many smart people have been right so often that they stop questioning themselves about anything. And smart people are exceptional at rationalizing. They come up with creative arguments to justify wrong things in their head. The same obsessive certainty that leads to breakthrough also blinds them to their own limitation. They trust what they think is true more than they trust people. This is how you lose empathy. Harry Houdini once said about highly educated people, "As a rule, I have found that the greater brain a man has, and the better he is educated, the easier it has been to mystify him." Now, to be clear, most smart people aren't like this. The ratio of supposedly evil geniuses is much smaller compared to smart people who genuinely care about the world. But that's not an excuse. We shouldn't excuse this behavior because of their genius. Geniuses must be seen as whole people. Every bad action should have consequences. The achievements cannot be separated from the person. So why are smart people annoying and possibly evil? The answer is they are not. Intelligence doesn't create cruelty, it amplifies it. A cruel person with genius becomes more effectively cruel.